What is up, everybody? I hope you're all doing fantastically today, and I hope that you are pumped up for this video, or at least as pumped up as I am, because let me tell you, I have been waiting for this moment from the time that I first got in my truck, the opportunity to finally customize a little bit more beyond just aesthetics and really make it a little more personalized. So today, we are going to be changing out the muffler on my 2001 Toyota Tacoma 3.4 V6 with 5VZFE engine. We're going to be putting in a Flowmaster 40 series. I've done a lot of research, looked around the sound that I like the most when I was looking around on YouTube at other examples of modified exhausts on Tacomas. Initially, I wanted to try and weld up a whole new catalytic converter back system. However, I'm not quite that confident in my welding abilities yet, and I don't want to spend, I don't want to basically ruin the amount of money that would be spent on that with my poor welding skills. So we're just going to be doing the muffler. In a second, I'm going to show you guys how the car starts up stock. It's going to be a little bit lukewarm, but cold starts really aren't very much more exciting than warm starts, to be entirely honest. Then after that, I'm going to rev it up a little bit once it's warmed up all the way. I'm feeling good, and I'm going to apologize. It's dark outside, so these clips of at least the startup are going to be a little bit quieter. I will pull it partway into the garage here and then rev it so that you guys can see a little bit better then. But it's just... the thing about it is there's so much more air noise, I feel like, right now than exhaust noise. It idles pretty good, but as soon as you start revving it up, you can just hear more air than you can actually exhaust. So that's what I'm going to be trying to remedy here in this video. So tonight, I think we're just going to record those clips, show you guys what it sounds like now, cut out the stock muffler, and then tomorrow we can get into putting on the new muffler. Stay tuned, guys. Let's get to those sample clips. Not too shabby, but it could use some improvement. It gets a little bit it's just not quite loud enough, especially from the driver's seat. So we're going to be seeking to improve that. Let's go ahead and cut out the stock muffler. I really want to see how it sounds just without a muffler, just a manifold, cats, and then open pipe. So that's what we're going to do next. Stay tuned. We're going to be using a reciprocating saw with a metal blade, like a blade designed for cutting metal to cut off the stock exhaust. Alrighty, this is the inlet side of the stock muffler. I'm going to cut this side off second because I think it'll be a lot easier to get to this side, and so I want to get the hard stuff done first. Basically, I think I'm going to set up a jack stand underneath the muffler. It's not too hot. That way it doesn't come clattering down when I cut it off. And let me try and set up a camera by the other side so you guys can see. If you guys will look up there, that's what we're going to be cutting off right now. No, the muffler is still on hangers. I want this under the tailpipe.
Well, this has a hanger back here.
One, none up here.
Right.
So I don't want that dropping on my head.
Socks, you gotta go away. You can't be here when I'm cutting, buddy. Don't get scared.
Well, guys, just like anything else I do on this channel, stuff is already going wrong. I got under there with the reciprocating saw, and I was like, you know what? There are no good angles, so we're going to take off the right side rear tire, which is requiring getting out my bottle jack, because my grandma doesn't have a floor jack that I'm aware of. Maybe there's one in this, but somewhere, but I don't know where it is right now. And then we're gonna have to take off the tire, and it's time to go eat dinner. So we'll get back to you guys. However, I still fully intend to get the stock muffler off tonight. So we're gonna take the reciprocating saw and cut through the hangers with it, and then we're gonna hacksaw the exhaust pipe itself from the bottom, because there's no good way to get a nice flush cut with the reciprocating saw. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So we've made decent progress on the cut behind the tailpipe. As you can see, we cut the hangers that were right there. Right now, my dad's gonna do some cutting, and I'm gonna film him and show you guys what we're doing. This is, maybe our blade is just super dull, but this is taking a while. I'm starting to get really excited, guys. Right there on the ground, that's my tailpipe. We're gonna be putting that in later on after I grind up this end where we cut it. Obviously not the best cut, but it'll do. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit so I can weld on it later. But right now we're gonna finish getting the muffler out, and then we're gonna take her, start her up, and drive her around the neighborhood. Not too disruptively, but we'll have a little bit of fun. The final cut that we have to make to get the muffler off. So hopefully if I just go fast, it'll work. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, nice musical ding. And just like that, it's pretty ugly, but I think it'll be working pretty well. Okay guys, here we go. We're starting her up. We're just gonna drive her around the neighborhood for a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Try and keep it a little quiet. But I want to hear how she sounds. I'm going 15 miles an hour and I'm excited. Obviously, I'm not going to leave it like this because I wouldn't be able to go 20 minutes in a public area without getting a ticket. Or at least pulled over. Let's get a little rowdy though. That's so good. It's the next morning and we're ready to start putting the Flowmaster 40 series on the truck. So basically what we're going to start off by doing is taking off that rear tire again. We did have to put it back on to drive it around last night without the muffler on. Totally worth it. That was really cool, and it made me really excited to hear what it's going to sound like with the muffler on, because the raw sound that comes out of that truck is just awesome as it is. Hopefully the muffler will really resonate it and make it sound really, really good. But, well, I guess let's just get going on that. Well, I'm also just going to be grinding down some of the surfaces that I'm going to be welding to. The holes on the tailpipes and also the tip of the tailpipe so that I can weld with it, so it's a nice clean surface that I can weld with. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. Let's go. All right, guys. The time is fast approaching that we're actually going to put the new muffler on. Let me show you guys what I got done. As you can see, I polished up my exhaust tip quite a bit. That's what I'm going to be clamping the welding clamp to. I've polished up this end where we're going to be welding. This cut part right here was quite a bit more difficult to get to, but I did my best to polish it up as best I can so that it takes the weld better. I'm going to start test fitting our muffler, which I'm going to show you guys right now. So here we have 2 new exhaust hangers to replace the 2 that we took off, and our Flowmaster 40 series original muffler. I got the 2.5 inch offset inlet and offset outlet model. This is the outlet side. Let me go ahead and pull this out. So here are the 2 mufflers laying side by side. If you look, they actually are exactly the same size in terms of the inlet and the outlet. And since I can wiggle around the stuff without since I can move the tailpipe forward, kind of change hanger positioning, I'm going to be able to make this fit just right. I got the 2.5 inch inside diameter inlet and outlet because the exhaust system on this truck has about a 2.375 outside diameter, and so this will fit over that without any bending or stretching, and I'll be able to weld the gaps and it'll be able to fit great. This wouldn't really work with clamps as well, I don't think, because this is just a little bit bigger, but I figured that it was better to, since I was going to be welding anyway, the whole point of this is learning how to weld better, I figured it would be better to do the 2.5 so that I can just weld it together rather than having to worry about stretching the pipe. I'm going to get this inlet sticker off because it's also labeled right there, and then I'm going to start test fitting. Quick video update, guys. The muffler actually was a little bit too big for me to feel comfortable welding it on there, so right now I've taken a hacksaw, and let me show you, I guess, what I'm doing. I've cut these little slits into the muffler all around it, and basically what I'm doing is that I'm then bending it towards itself so that it kind of is a little bit smaller and it'll fit a little more flushly around the stock piping. That's going to take a while, so I'm actually going to take in the camera right now and charge it. So we'll be back. What's up, guys? Right now, I've actually fully welded on the
pipe to the, well, fully welded. It stays on, like it's not coming off there, but I do not know if it's leak proof because basically 20-year exhaust pipe doesn't really like to be welded on. I found out. Surprise, surprise. And so it was really, really messy. If you guys want to look at that, you probably can't see it right now. The lighting's not good. Anyways, I'm trying to get this inlet side just the best that I possibly can, clean the surface possible so that I can hopefully weld it cleanly. Oh, of course, not really a lot we can do, hopefully, so we'll be able to get it so that it just nicely, welds and that it works. But we're so close, guys. I'm really, really, really getting excited now. So without further ado, I guess I'm going to start welding this.
Like a V8. Well, it's got a little bit. I really like that. Well, guys, I have to tell you, I've gotten very disenchanted with this project as it has gone on. Just finished putting the hangers on. We did a leak test earlier and it was just leaky everywhere. My welds are way too bad. So what we're gonna do is, I didn't want it to have to come to this, but we're gonna have to take it to a muffler shop and just ask them to fix it up because just the welder's been so sputtery. I don't know if it's the steel quality or my weld angle or something. I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong or if it's just the quality materials I have to work with, but it's just not making good beads, not consistently going. It's sputtering, it's spitting, and it's made the welds really, really bad, really, really porous. And so it's not airtight at all. There's water coming out the bottom of both the inlet and the outlet. So it's just not gonna cut it, of course, with inspection. So we're gonna take it to a muffler shop, get it fixed up. It's not what I wanted to do, but you know, you live and you learn. I had a lot of fun doing it. It was a good learning experience. But I do need to drive home to my house, and I don't want to do that with a leaky exhaust. It could fall off at any moment because my welds are terrible. But I did get the hangers on pretty solidly. If you look at that, I welded that on, and it seems pretty solid. Well, we'll see if that remains the case, but yeah. Well guys, as you probably just heard in that exhaust clip, it sounds really, really good now, and I'm super happy with how it came out in terms of sound. Not so happy in how it came out in terms of weld quality. Even after taking it to a shop and having them try to seal the exhaust leaks, it still leaks. That's partially my fault because I gave them really, really bad source material to work with, but I also would kind of have preferred that they grind off what I had done a little bit more and then weld, because they just welded on top of what I did, and so there were a lot of leaks I think that they couldn't see, couldn't feel. Anyway, I turned it on this morning and I was like, well, I should really check for leaks again because I don't want to drive around with exhaust leaks on the chance that they didn't quite get them. And sure enough, they didn't quite get them. So I'm going to be looking for ways to seal exhaust leaks for the next couple of days, weeks. I don't want to go longer than a month with leaky exhaust because that does terrible things to your underside of your vehicle. But anyways, hopefully we can get that taken care of. If you guys did enjoy this video and hearing what it sounds like to put a Flowmaster 40 series on a 3.4 liter Toyota Tacoma V6, please go ahead, leave a like on this video. Basically what this video confirms is that you can use an offset inlet, offset outlet Flowmaster muffler that's the same dimensions as the original 40 series on this vehicle. With the 2.5 inch inlet and outlet, you just have to bend that that pipe a little bit inward, whereas with the 2.25 inch you'd have to bend it a little outward. I think it's better to bend in than out. That's just me though. That's up to you, personal preference. Either 2.25 or the 2.5 I think can work. It just really falls down to what you prefer to do. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the sound, advice for getting the leaks fixed, anything like that, and share this video with your friends so they can hear how awesome my truck sounds too. Peace out, guys.